rehab. I went through my rehab. You shocked my brain. Yeah, I'm still in allegiance. I swear I am.
Ways. Or abandoned love childs. He was referring to Jim's daughter Jane, but the two of them actually have a very close relationship. Shia later apologized for the jabs he took at Jim and also for not crediting the right people for his short film. Earning our number 1 place is FKA Twigs.
There we go.
In shock
Here we go.
Shia's ex-girlfriend came forward with serious allegations against the actor. He is currently being sued by Twigs for sexual battery. In her lawsuit, she revealed a bunch of disturbing stories and allegations about the actor about different stories of abuse. She said she has been haunted by the memories of their time together, claiming that he had a gun by the side of their bed, and she feared even going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Multiple disturbing claims have come out, some too disturbing to actually say here on YouTube for the sake of our channel. Shia has responded to this lawsuit and admitted he has hurt people in the past due to his drug addiction and said that there is no excuse for his behavior. However, with that, he did also deny some of the allegations, like the one where Twig said that he had killed stray dogs as a part of method acting, like preparing for his next movie. The latest update at the time of this recording was that he is actively seeking a long-term inpatient treatment and that he admits he needs help. All right, guys, that's our top 10 list. To end this video, I'm going to read some comments from most toxic celebrities.
Okay, so I don't really want to. We're gonna stop that there for a second. All right, so I was wondering, new comments. All right, let's see what some of you guys are saying. Dan Haggerty was my uncle. Let me see. Dan Haggerty is my uncle by marriage. My mom ran with Dennis Hopper and rode the bike with Dan. Helped design my mom. Babysat with a huge bear from Dan's show. I was 3 years old. Oh, very cool. Wow. That's cool. The chick dug deep 4 clicks. She just need to save up 4 new hats. Oh, yeah, making fun of her. The Truman Show. Yes, Rudy Roo. All right, and then this lady's for Liberty says, sure, he was trying to escape some of the horrible things done to him that he can't talk about in order to get famous. Okay. Anti-YouTube. Well, I was 5, so it was funny to me then. Okay, let me see. All right, so I want to show you his I want to go a little bit more into the background in his Wikipedia, and then I have another thing I want to show you, and I also want to show you the trailer for his film because it's very telling too. So let's go with the Wikipedia really quick. I'm gonna go back to that. Tab. There it is. Wikipedia. Share. And all right, so this is we left off on the song, but I want to talk about him a little bit. Okay. Shia LaBeouf. Oh, and even lets you listen to it. Here.
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf. That's fun. All right. He was born June 11, 1986, is an American actor, performance artist, and filmmaker. He played Louis Stevens in the Disney Channel series Even Stevens. So he started out on the Disney Channel. So he's a Disney boy. All right. A role for which he received a Young Artist nomination in 2001 and won a Daytime Emmy in 2003. He made his film debut in The Christmas Path, 1998. In 2004, he made his directorial debut with the short film Let's Love Hate, and later directed a short film titled Maniac, starring American rappers Cage and Kid Cudi. I might have said that wrong. In 2007, LaBeouf starred in the commercially successful films Disturbia and Surf's Up. The same year, he was cast in Michael Bay's science fiction film Transformers as Sim Witwicky. The main protagonist, I've never seen Transformers. I'm such a dork. The main protagonist of the series, Transformers, was a box office success and one of the highest grossing films of 2007. LaBeouf later appeared in its sequels, Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, and Transformers Dark of the Moon, both also office successes. In 2008, he played Henry Mutt Williams Jones III in the Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. His other credits include the films Holes, Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps, Lawless, The Company You Keep, Nymphomaniac, Fury, American Honey, Borg vs. McEnroe, Honey Boy, The Peanut Butter Falcon, and The Pieces of the Woman. Since 2014, LaBeouf has pursued a variety of public performances, art projects with LaBeouf, Ronco, and Turner. Okay, so let's look at Honey Boy, because this is we're going to focus on this for a moment too, because this is very telling, right? Honey Boy is a 2019 American drama film directed by Alma Harrell and a narrative feature directorial debut with a screenplay by Shia LaBeouf, based on his childhood and his relationship with his father. The film stars LaBeouf, Lucas Hedges, Noah Jupe, and FKA Twigs. LaBeouf, see, there's FKA. So FKA Twigs is the female lead in the film. I don't really know exactly. Well, it's going to give a synopsis here. LaBeouf originally wrote the script as a form of therapy while in rehab. So it was really close to his heart. It was his story about him being a child actor and how he got into things. And now this woman that was the female lead that he got involved with, and developed a relationship with while doing a script that he wrote in rehab that I'm sure he was very emotionally attached to, because it's a story. He falls in love with the female lead or likes her, gets emotionally attached to her. And you see where this is going? Like where does art cross over to reality? Because it's about his life. He's playing his father. He's involved with the actress, but now this actress is suing him because, he obviously won't give to the charity that she called when she called the hotline. LaBeouf originally wrote the script as a form of therapy. Honey Boy had its world premiere at the Sundance Film Festival on January 25th, 2019. It was released on November 8th, 2019 by Amazon Studios. The film has received positive reviews from critics who praised Harrell's direction as the performance of LaBeouf, Booth, Hedges, and Juppe. All right, I maybe said that wrong. Plot. In 2005, Otis Lort is a movie star who has an extreme alcohol problem. He crashes his car and gets into a violent drunken altercation with police. He is forced to go to a rehab facility where his counselor, Dr. Moreno, tells him if he leaves the facility before they say he is ready, the court will send him to prison for his violent offenses. Dr. Moreno tells Otis that he has PTSD, which he denies repeatedly, but she encourages him to look into his past through exposure therapy. So he has PTSD. Why does he have PTSD, guys? All right. Going back a decade earlier to 1995, Otis remembers working as a child actor who is accompanied on set by his father, James, Shia LaBeouf, and a former rodeo clown. James is 4 years old. James is 4 years sober, but clearly on edge and unpredictable, manic, and aggressive. The two live in a meager motel complex where a shy young woman, FKA Twigs, lives across from them. Otis is the big brother program at the behest of his mother, despite James' dislike and jealousy. Otis wants to go to a baseball game with Tom from the program, and James agrees if Tom comes over to the barbecue. In 2005, again, Otis is shown communicating with his rehab roommate, Percy, and continues therapy. He resists the process, finding it unhelpful. Back to his memories, Otis remembers Tom coming over for the barbecue and James throwing him into the pool and violently threatening him when he's offered a part in a movie that will be shot in Canada. Otis calls his mother, who isn't sure if James can accompany him because he's a registered sex offender. Okay, now that's interesting, right? I'm kind of confused as to who James is in the story. Is that the former rodeo clown, James? James is the former rodeo clown? I'm thinking. James, Shia LaBeouf. His father is a okay, so James is Shia LaBeouf. Boof is playing his father, and his father is a registered sex offender. Okay, just let that sink in for a second. Okay. Back to present, after resisting again, Otis's counselor, Alec, advises him to go into the woods, which is that whole thing about, he goes into the woods to be a cannibalist, that song. So his counselor is advising him to go into the woods and scream as loud as he can. Then the film shows James attending an Alcohol Anonymous meeting where he tells of his abusive stepmother, how he got into drugs and alcohol abuse, and while blacked out, attempted to rape a woman, which got him registered as a sex offender. Alone at his place, Otis spends time with the shy girl, and the two cuddle, and he gives her money. James forces Otis to rehearse the scenes over and over again, and he stops to scream at the neighbors across the way for being too loud. Otis asks him to stop and tells him that no one else would hire him because he's a sex offender. Wow! Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scream or get and that Otis is his boss since James is making money off of him. And that Otis is his boss because his father is making money off of him. In 2005, Otis thanks Alec for the advice and continues to work with Dr. Moreno on controlling his anger. In 1995, Otis finally comforts his father and tells him he needs to start being a better dad to him. James hits him in the face twice, furious no wonder why he has PTSD. This kid's been beating this, and he's had, and the media's doing it on top of it, and the songs about him and everything. I mean, he's just been bullied his whole damn life. James hits him in the face twice, furious at Otis for speaking to him that way, and then leaves on his motorcycle and scores drugs at a strip club. Alone, Otis spends time with the shy girl, and the two are caught waking up together the next morning by his father. The shy girl slaps James and leaves, and James vomits and asks Otis how he thinks it feels to hear his own son talk to him like that, and to have to resort to accepting payment from him. Otis tells James if he didn't pay him, James wouldn't be there. James takes Otis to marijuana plants he has been growing off the highway and smokes cannabis with them. In 2005, Otis revisits the motel and imagines himself finding his father there in his rodeo clown costume. So his father was a rodeo clown. Oh, man. Okay, he tells his father he's going to make a movie about him. And he did. James asked him to make him look good. The two ride away on James' motorcycle, which fades off into Otis alone, driving away. All right, so I want to show you the trailer for it. All right, let me just stop that there. Okay, wait, I gotta pause it. All right, let me stop this share screen and reshare this other one here. All right. Okay. Why don't I see it in the tab? Why am I not seeing it? Maybe because I don't have it. Wait. What happened? I lost it. Oh, I'm going to have to see it in YouTube. Watch on YouTube. Okay, that's why it doesn't see it. Okay. Now I know what's going on. Okay. All right, so let's watch this. Nope, that's the wrong one.
no, 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 no! And cut! Bell mark. And marker.
Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her.
What am I being arrested for? What am I being arrested for, huh?
You think you're hot because you don't know how good I am at what I do.
I see you. Concentrate real hard. Be a 12-year-old. Pie fight. Ugh.
It's not a pie fight.
Think it through. What's your mother got a job for?
Just in case.
In case what?
I don't
In case you failed. In case it don't work out. Yes, man. She's filling your head full of fear. I pump you full of strength. Because we're on a team, and I know you got what it takes. You're a star, and I know it. That's why I'm here. I'm your cheerleader, honey boy.
I don't need to talk about my dad.
Good take. Good take. You did it. You did it. Good job, everybody.
My dad's not the reason I drink. He's the reason I work.
Come here. Come here. Child labor law.
You have good instincts.
I have good instincts.
Yeah, you
I got
have
rodeo
good
clown
instincts.
instincts, so I could never make it in Hollywood.
You could if you started when I did.
How do you think it feels to have my son paying me? How do you think that feels?
You wouldn't be here if I didn't pay you.
I wanna watch it. I'm probably gonna buy it. It's on Amazon, so it looks like a heart wrencher, really. So all right, I got new comments. I'm gonna see what some of you guys are saying. Sage says, "Wow." You know, Lady Liberty, he has eyes of deep despair. Yes. And that's why I chose that picture of him on that I used for the thumbnail for this. He's on the red carpet. He's like, I kind of cut it all out mostly but I wanted it to focus on the eyes because he looks like he's so sad on the carpet, just being filmed, like whatever, just take my picture, I'm miserable. It just reads that way to me. And they use that photo in an article to like he apologizes. There's so many articles about how he apologizes. The movie does look good. It does look like a good movie, and it had all these reviews, great reviews and everything, and it does really look good. All right, so one thing I want to stop the screen share here again. I want to go back to the Wikipedia because there's a couple more things I want to point out to you in the Wikipedia. Share the audio. Okay, that's about the film. We went over that. All right, early life. I thought this was interesting. Shia LaBeouf was born on June 11th, 1986 in Los Angeles, California. The only child of Shayna and Jeffrey Craig LaBeouf. His mother is a dancer and ballerina turned visual artist and clothing jewelry designer. His father is a Vietnam War veteran who had numerous jobs. LaBeouf's mother is Jewish and his father is Cajun descent, is Christian. LaBeouf has described himself as Jewish. as has stated that he was raised around both sides. He had a bar mitzvah ceremony and was baptized in the Anglican church, a part of Foursquare. One of the camps he attended was Christian. In Hebrew, his first mother name was Shia, means gift of God. See, gift of God. Sage. That's what I was trying to remember. It's gift of God. LaBeouf has described his parents as hippies, his father as tough as nails and a different breed of man, and his upbringing similar to a hippie lifestyle, stating that his parents were pretty weird people, but they loved me and I loved them. During his childhood, he accompanied his father to meetings of Alcohol Anonymous. LaBeouf, who has said he was subjected to verbal and mental abuse by his father, who once pointed a gun to his son during a Vietnam War flashback. Wow. LaBeouf has stated that during his childhood, his father was on drugs and was placed in drug rehabilitation for heroin addiction, while LaBeouf's mother was trying to hold down the fort. So, you know, he probably has a genetic disposition also to have drug issues. His parents eventually divorced, mainly owing to financial problems, and LaBeouf had what he has described as a good childhood growing up poor in Echo Park with his mother, who worked selling fabrics and brooches. LaBeouf's uncle was going to adopt him at one stage because his parents could not afford to have him anymore. They had too much pride to go on welfare or food stamps. As a way of dealing with his parents' divorce, he would perform for his family and mimicking his father. LaBeouf, I'm bastardizing his name, even though I played the little thing, remains close and financially supports both of his parents. He attended 32nd Visual and Performing Arts Magnet in Los Angeles and Alexander Hamilton High School, although he received most of his education from tutors because he was a child actor. He was raised as a child actor, basically. His parents couldn't really raise him, so he went to work and paid for his parents, and his parents were the entertainment business. I bet money. In an interview, LaBeouf said, and now they're shaming him. Like now a father figure, a person who plays his father, which is Harrison Ford, actually shames him, you know, because he talked bad about Steven Spielberg. God, I feel bad for him. Career beginnings and even Stevens, prior to acting, LaBeouf practiced comedy around his neighborhood as an escape from a hostile environment. At age 10, he began performing stand-up at comedy clubs, describing his appeal as having disgustingly dirty material and a 50-year-old mouth on a 10-year-old boy. So he was started as a stand-up comedian. Oh, darn it, I lost my little thing. All right. He subsequently found an agent through the Yellow Pages and was taken on after pretending to be his own manager. That's clever. LaBeouf has said that he initially became an actor because his family was broke, not because he wanted to pursue an acting career, having originally gotten the idea from a child actor he met who had things he wanted. In the early 2000s, LaBeouf became known among young audiences after playing Louis Stevens on the Disney Channel weekly program, Even Stevens. Okay, then it goes on here. Breakthrough, his breakthrough film was Disturbia, House Arrest, The Buffalo News. Then you can see what Transformers, his whole career here going on. Subsequent career, present film career. All right, performance art. On February 9, 2014, the artist caused controversy at the Berlin Festival when LaBeouf arrived at the red carpet wearing a brown paper bag over his head with the words, "I'm not famous anymore," written on it. In a conversation conducted as part of the trio's #interview piece in November 2015, LaBeouf said he was heartbroken and genuinely remorseful and full of shame and guilt. Isn't that what he always says? Like, you better say that. We said that you are that, and you better say it over and over and over in front of the camera that you are heartbroken and you are full of shame and guilt. That's the big message to Shia LaBeouf. He revealed, however, that one woman had proceeded to sexually assault him during the February performance. Oh, isn't that lovely? But he is full of shame and guilt. In 2015, LaBeouf appeared in #Introductions, a half-hour video made by LaBeouf. One segment is a form of exaggerated motivational speech, dubbed "Just Do It." Oh, that's really clever, and I'm going to show you that here in a moment. Okay, legal issues. All right, so I'm going to... How long have I've been going? An hour and a half. My God, an hour and a half goes by so fast. All right. Lady Liberty is Isaac Cappy had some stuff to say about old Stevie, didn't he? Oh, did he? I don't know. Maybe he did. I wouldn't be surprised. I should look that up. LaBeouf. Thank you, Jeanette. LaBeouf. He's LaBeouf. Okay, so something else I gotta find, and I'm gonna get it prepared here for a second because this is the big finale for tonight. All right, go back. Okay, and this is what I want. And I need to open you in YouTube. Okay. Go to here. Okay. Let me pause it. All right, you guys, this is the 18-minute video, so it's worth it though. All right, because this really says a lot here. This part right here. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna that was a stop share. And then I'm gonna share the screen. Okay, give me the Chrome tab. Shia LaBeouf's ridiculous moments. Okay. Top 20 ridiculous Shia LaBeouf moments on YouTube. Okay. All right. And here we go.
And you already know me, homie. You can't really clone me unless you hold me and you fold me.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the top 20 ridiculous Shia LaBeouf moments.
Drinking and driving is one thing, but drinking and shopping,
yeah,
that's another.
just as bad.
It's just as bad.
Just as bad.
Just as bad.
He will not divide us! Do it! Just do it!
For this list, we'll be looking at the funniest, most bizarre, and eyebrow-raising events featuring or about actor Shia LaBeouf. What was your favorite moment? Be sure to let us know in the comments. Number 20, Shia as Spicoli.
It's Shia LaBeouf. Hey, it's me!
The coronavirus pandemic is obviously terrible, but it did provide us with some great virtual reunions and table readings.
You see the sign?
Can you just come on? Are you just come?
On September 17th, 2020, various celebrities took part in a live table read of Fast Times at Ridgemont High for Sean Penn's charity CORE. Despite hosting a ton of big names, including Matthew McConaughey, Morgan Freeman, Jennifer Aniston, and Brad Pitt,
I saw some of this, and it was there was a creep factor that there were these adults like playing teenagers, and it was the idea. Who was kind of hosting it was Dane Cook. I don't know. Maybe it was Dane Cook that even came with the idea. He goes, "Hey, everybody! I thought because everybody's we're all locked up, let's all do a table reading of Fast Times at Ridgemont High." And look at this guy. He's here. That he's in on this.
LaBeouf utterly stole the show with his rendition of famed stoner Jeff Spicoli.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, I'll tell you what. My father fixes televisions. And it was so many tools.
LaBeouf filmed in a parked car and appeared shirtless with neon sunglasses and a prop joint we aren't convinced was a prop.
I think he's probably that he's the best out of the entire group, but they're like making it like, oh, he's really smoking real pot and blah, 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 like his weird performance. Yeah, he's playing a different kind, like he's bringing something new to the Spicoli character is what I think. But no, this is bad. This is ridiculous. He's invited to do something ridiculous anyway, but now he's the ultimate ridiculous. Forget about Brad Pitt or Jennifer Aniston or, the fact that Dane Cook has done so much plastic surgery. He doesn't even look human anymore. I'm joking, but he looks really weird. Okay, so let's just keep going.
Who played Spicoli in the film was certainly loving it.
He stopped to take a hit from his bum, all the while talking on the phone.
Hey, but what's in this stuff you put in here? Beautiful.
Number 19, Elevate. LaBeouf is well known for his bizarre performance art pieces, and Elevate was one of the best.
Hi, Amanda and Rodrigo. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
As the title suggests, this art piece saw LaBeouf and fellow artists Luke Turner and Nasta Said Ronco spend 24 hours inside an elevator at Oxford University. The event was live streamed on YouTube, and as per its description, it was meant to form an extended, expansive, and egalitarian Oxford.
See, I think this is genius, actually.
Union address. Anyone was welcome to join the performance artists inside the elevator, and many did.
Everyone says, "Oh, we'll be 5 minutes." No one is even close. Yeah, they say they will take just a picture and leave.
A wide array of topics were discussed, and LaBeouf was down to earth while chatting with visitors. It was actually a good time. Well, as good a time as 24 hours inside an elevator can be. Number 18, Cannibal Shia.
Living in the woods, Shia LaBeouf. Killing for sport, Shia LaBeouf. Eating all the bodies. Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Actor, director, performing artist, and cannibal. Uploaded onto SoundCloud.
And did you hear that?
The song-
And cannibal? Oh, let's go back. Oh, God. Here we go. And he's a cannibal. They're just like and cannibal, like performing artist and blank and cannibal. So.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Actor, director, performing artist, and cannibal. Uploaded onto SoundCloud in 2012.
Wow.
The song Shia LaBeouf was written by Rob Cantor and details a fictional encounter with the actor in the woods at night.
He's following you, about 30 feet back. He gets down on all fours and breaks into a sprint. He's gaining on you.
Shia LaBeouf. The style of the song is reminiscent of early radio drama recordings, and its popularity inspired the meme Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf. 2 years later, a music video with an extended version of the song was released, and all we can say is, it's a feast for the eyes.
You're chopping off his head now. You're just decapitated Shia LaBeouf.
The giant papercraft Shia heads are a delicious addition to the ensemble. Showing himself to be a good sport, Shia even has a cameo in the video. Number 17, Walgreens arrest.
I wish to stay with the boy, if that is his choice.
Yes.
Following the success of the first Transformers movie, the newly 21 LaBeouf was charged with misdemeanor for criminal trespassing. His mugshots were featured in a number of tabloids and newspapers. The most ridiculous part, though, was the story behind the arrest. Craving cigarettes, the actor made several trips to the drugstore, each time in a different outfit, but kept forgetting to purchase them due to his drunken state.
Again, as I'm walking out, I'm like, I forgot the cigarettes. So I go back upstairs, I wait for a little while, I'm like, well, I gotta go back down.
Okay, I want to bring up, are these different personalities that that he's having moments in and coming back in a different costume? I'm just curious.
I gotta get these cigarettes.
The Walgreens security guard was clearly aware of his intoxication.
And he's looking at me, he's kind of giggling to himself. And now I'm starting to feel like, what? It's really not that funny, guy, you know?
After refusing to leave the third time, LaBeouf was detained until police arrived.
Drinking and driving is one thing, but drinking and shopping.
Yeah.
That's another.
Just as bad.
It's just as bad.
Just as bad.
Just as bad.
And you're going to notice all these different talk show hosts that are in this position to talk about everything that he's done and make jokes. And, we're going to reform you in front of the audience. You got to come in and do your panel. And, they've done that to Kanye. They do it to, you're going to see Ellen. She's going to come up. You're going to see her.
16, maiming himself for fury. LaBeouf is certainly devoted to his craft. So much so that he was willing to maim himself for fury.
Fire! On the line!
In the World War II movie, LaBeouf plays a tank gunner named Bible Swan. During an interview with British GQ, actor Logan Lerman revealed that LaBeouf would cut his own face with a knife to make his character's war wounds look more realistic.
Love you, dear Lord. Thank you for this meal. It's a wonderful company. Amen.
Amen.
We wonder how the makeup.
I mean, there he is again. And later on in this, they're going to say that he doesn't bathe and and Brad Pitt didn't like it and blah, 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 blah. And then probably when he came back to do the Dane Cook thing, he's like, oh God, not Shia. Who cast Shia LaBeouf?
Team felt about that. He also had a dentist remove one of his bottom teeth for the role, a fact he proudly shared on Twitter.
I mean, that's hardcore. So, when I say that he plays his parts and lives his parts and becomes his part, I mean, and he takes a tooth out. Where is his point of reality at this point? And they're just letting him do it.
At least the movie was successful. Fury received solid reviews and grossed over $210 million at the worldwide box office.
Stop! What are you doing?
Number 15, Biker's Stare Down. Driving around Burbank, California must be fun. You never know who you're going to see in the car next to you. In 2013, a short clip went viral showing LaBeouf intently staring down a biker at a red light. LaBeouf's Silverado slowly rides up next to the bike, and when the biker finally looks over, he sees LaBeouf staring directly at him.
How you doing? Good, how are you? Good. I got earplugs in, but have a good one.
The two exchange brief pleasantries before the light turns green. In a later video, it was revealed that the biker had been driving between two lanes of stopped traffic, a move that LaBeouf seemingly didn't like too much. Either that or he just enjoys staring at people.
Okay, nobody else has done that before and been irritated by somebody who's, driving in two lanes. God, who can blame him? Come on. That's so unusual. So unusual that, you stare somebody down what the hell are you doing in the wrong lane or whatever. You're in between. So obviously this dude doing something wrong, but Shia, this is a ridiculous Shia LaBeouf moment when he's staring down somebody who's done something wrong on the traffic. Okay, all right, anyway. Maybe I'm weird like Shia. Maybe I am. Maybe.
Number 14, Broadway Arrest.
Witnesses saying the star was yelling, even slapping audience members.
Shia might have learned not to drink and shop from the Walgreens incident, but not to abstain during other public appearances.
I thought he was working on a roll or something. He just walked up to the bar inside of Cabaret and grabbed a strawberry.
Couple of actresses to talk about how awful what he did, how bizarre he is, just waiting to talk about him. Yeah, ladies.
Fed it to some woman off of her plate and then tipped the bartender and ran out.
In 2014, the actor was arrested for disorderly conduct and criminal trespassing during a performance of Cabaret in New York.
You seem to have gone crazy since the last time I saw
you. All right,
you.
see, Jimmy Kimmel's now got to regroup him. Let's make, so let's humiliate you and make you talk about what you did. Oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess I have.
LaBeouf later gave a detailed account of the events that led up to his arrest on Jimmy Kimmel, describing how he grabbed the butt of Alan Cumming as the actor was performing in the musical.
He's smoking a cigarette, so I go, oh, he's got kind of party. Perfect. I want to have a cigarette too. So I'm packing my cigarettes. I pull the cigarette out. I'm smoking a cigarette. These women didn't want nothing to do with me. Nobody wants nothing to do with me, but I don't see them. I'm just seeing Allen Iverson in leather pants.
Cumming gave his own version of the incident on Conan and described the sense of unease in the room while also sympathizing with LaBeouf.
And I thought he'd made a very good recovery. And he did say that the reason he did it was that I was the sexiest man he'd ever seen. So
Number 13.
Okay, did you get
Shia
that?
Seagal's
When I have to admit, when that actor, when he did play that role in Cabaret, he was oddly sexy in it. Okay, I'm just gonna say, now this I want to point this to me. I've watched this piece, and to me, it feels like it's some sort of like an MK Ultra CIA code phrase. You know how they have codes or phrases for you to act out or whatever things that you say, and I'm just wondering if that's what this is. All right, so let's watch this for a second.
Sardines and the Sea.
When the seagulls
follow the trawler, it is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea.
A cryptic message or the ramblings of a troubled man. During a press conference for the movie Nymphomaniac, Shia was asked about his decision to star in a movie that featured multiple sex scenes. LaBeouf replied by quoting former footballer Eric Cantona, who replied with the line about seagulls and sardines during a press conference in 1995.
When the seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea.
Cantona's comment was perhaps likening the media.
See, in a way, it's like he's saying a screw you to him. Like he's not asking the question because like that's exactly what this guy did. It was just a bullshit thing. Or maybe they're giving CIA codes. Who knows?
To pests, although the meaning of his words is debated. LaBeouf faithfully recreated Cantona's delivery before leaving his own panel, baffling everyone in attendance.
Thank you very much.
Number 12, Meta Marathon. On Monday, September 8th, 2014, LaBeouf tweeted a link to his Nike Plus running route, which was in the shape of
now,
a
this is some pretty brilliant social media stuff going on here in a build-up for something. I really...
Hashtag. People immediately assumed that this was some type of stunt, and their theory proved correct the next day when his route took the shape of an M. By September 20th, the route spelled out hashtag Meta Marathon. This was in relation to another performance art piece, which saw LaBeouf running around Amsterdam's Stedelijk Museum in Dayglow spandex. The piece was run in conjunction with a conference taking place inside the museum, which reflected on how 80s kids would perceive the world if they'd had social media. Number 11,
I think that's
Skywriter Apology.
I think that's brilliant. I mean, it reminds me of John Lennon and Yoko Ono.
Sean, what's up, man? Good to see you.
Shoot.
Ray, how are you?
Hi.
I didn't mean to do that.
Critics will give any movie 3.5 stars if it flatters their self-image.
In 2013, Shia LaBeouf was caught plagiarizing another artist's work and subsequent apologies. We'll go into further detail later, but it all started when LaBeouf ripped off graphic novelist Daniel Clo's work, Justin M. Damiano. On New Year's Day 2014, LaBeouf commissioned a skywriting company to fly over Los Angeles with a massive banner reading, "I am sorry, Daniel Close." While it was visible within a 10 to 15 mile radius, Close resides in the San Francisco Bay Area. A company rep told The Hollywood Reporter that LaBeouf was pleased with the outcome, saying, quote, "He did get a lot of PR from it."
So he took to the skies, he posted a picture on his Twitter account, Shia LaBeouf did, and he says, "I am sorry, Daniel Close," and he did this over Hollywood.
Number 10, refusing to shower. As it turns out, LaBeouf was none too popular on the set of Fury. It wasn't a personal thing, and it wasn't all the freaky face carving. He was just really stinky.
By the way, other actors have done this. Jim Carrey has been, when he did Andy Kaufman, he wouldn't break character out of Andy Kaufman. This is, not taking a bath, doing things, putting the other actors off because they're getting an authentic reaction. This is not an unusual thing that they're making it like, oh, this is ridiculous. It's been done before.
Boys, get some chow and do what you can about the mechanical issues. We can't do shit about mechanical issues. Where are you going?
An insider with knowledge of the movie's production told the Daily Mail that LaBeouf had stopped cleaning himself to feel more in tune with his dirty character. This reportedly infuriated much of the cast and crew, including his co-star Brad Pitt and director David Ayer. LaBeouf was continuously warned to clean himself up, and it eventually proved so bad that he was moved and sequestered to a nearby bed and breakfast, away from everyone else. Number 9, freestyling. Just when we thought we'd seen it all, Shia surprises us with the unexpected.
And you already know me, homie. You can't really clone me unless you hold me and you fold me.
In June 2015, a video of LaBeouf doing a freestyle rap was leaked. While there were viewers who applauded his artistic expression, many others were quick to condemn the actor. Case in point, MC and music producer Pre the Honey Dark accused LaBeouf of lifting lyrics from the Anomalies song Perfectionist. This isn't the first time that Shia has been accused of plagiarizing, and even though he never claimed the words to be his own, it's definitely bad form to be freestyling with another artist's words.
Watch me, I got a sick flow. Yeah, I still get though. Shifting gears, spit flow.
Number 8, I Am Sorry performance art installation. A few days after strange behavior at the Nymphomaniac press conference and premiere, more on that later, LaBeouf staged a performance at an LA art gallery titled I Am Sorry. The art exhibit ran for about 5 days, with people lining up for the opportunity to meet the actor in person. The performance had LaBeouf remaining silent and crying while sitting at a table, dressed in a tuxedo and wearing a paper bag over his head with the words, "I'm not famous anymore" on it.
Wow. Okay, it's you.
Visitors were given the option to use props made available at the art installation, including a ukulele, a bottle of Jack Daniels, and an Indiana Jones.
All right, I want to bring up something too, because like the audience can interact, and we read that one part where he was assaulted while he was performing. Marina Abramovic did this. This is what made her claim to fame was Rhythm of O, where she sat there for like hours and hours and hours, and the audience could do whatever they wanted to her, and they violated her sometimes and stuff. I mean, it was a big deal. And so like what he's doing here is really nothing different than what she's done. But, everybody applauds her for it, wants to kiss her butt, but, he gets shamed for doing something similar.
Jones whip. While many ridiculed LaBeouf's stunt for being desperate and pretentious, others expressed empathy and admiration.
Look, I am sorry.
And everyone thinks he's so crazy.
On his freaking door. He's almost like hashtag I'm sorry. Like he's always having to say he's sorry. Ugh.
But it seemed like the least crazy thing I've seen him do in a while.
Number 7, GoPro interview. Considering all the hectic events,
like how does that? I mean, that lady out there. Oh, it's the least crazy thing I've seen him do for a while. Another crisis actor, is that? I mean, like who is that lady? Like how many things should she see him do? But it's the least crazy thing that I've seen him do in a while. You know what? Like in his parts? Like what? Like seriously?
It's clear that the actor is on a soul-searching mission. In
gang-stalking, gaslighting. Everybody tells you you're crazy. Everybody tells you you're this and that and blah, 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 blah. Poor guy. I mean, obviously he's done things, right? But has he not been told and provoked and mind controlled into it? Somebody tells you so many times everywhere you turn to that you are something. Don't you sometimes become it? Because everybody's telling you. What that's like that. That's like witchcraft. Bunch of witches going, you're this, you're that. We're gonna make you look like blank.
2014, he posted this hour-long video titled Interview, which features him and dazed music editor Amy Cliff sitting in silence, except for a few chuckles, and recording each other with GoPro cameras strapped to their heads. Prior to the interview, LaBeouf and Cliff had corresponded through email, and it was the actor's idea that they meet in person without speaking. At times, the silence is awkward, but it's also openly honest and intriguing to watch. It would probably have been less unnerving if he blinked more. Number 6, live trippin'. To prepare for his upcoming role in Charlie Countryman, LaBeouf decided to experiment with LSD. He also decided to document his experience by live tweeting his thoughts and visions while on the drug. The tweets were eventually taken down, but they were recorded by fans for posterity. They included telling a Walgreens security guard that his head was on fire, wanting to juggle the lettuce in his apartment, and not understanding his feet. However, some experienced people doubt that LaBeouf was actually on acid at the time, as his ramblings seemed too stereotypical. Number 5, He Will Not Divide Us. This installation coincided with the inauguration of Donald Trump, and the goal was to have passersby look into a mounted camera and state, "He will not divide us." He will not divide us! It was meant to remain outside the Museum of the Moving Image in New York for all 4 years of Trump's presidency. It lasted about a month. The museum decided to cancel the project, calling it a flashpoint for violent confrontations, although LaBeouf and his collaborators blamed political pressure.
You will not divide us.
The piece was relocated to New Mexico and again to Tennessee, where it took the form of a flag. However, the flag was taken down by 4chan users who had it found by studying passing flights. Following a nearby fire, the piece was relocated to Europe, with the performers stating, quote, "America is simply not safe enough for this artwork to exist." Number 4, Chasing a Homeless Man. Apparently, if LaBeouf isn't staring down bikers in the streets of Burbank, he's chasing homeless people through the streets of New York. Before his famous cabaret arrest, LaBeouf was photographed chasing a homeless man, with witnesses reporting that the scuffle was over a hat.
And I go outside to have a cigarette, and there's this homeless man out there. And I'm same thing I'm working on here. Is
there he is on Jimmy Kimmel again. And, Jimmy Kimmel with his, former Masonic temple studio in Hollywood.
This Marine.
LaBeouf allegedly believed that the hat was his and was attempting to get it back. He later appeared on Jimmy Kimmel and told the story. He'd been drinking a lot of whiskey and began talking to the homeless Marine. But when a woman took pictures of LaBeouf, the man freaked out and ran away. LaBeouf chased after him, wanting to calm him down, and persisted despite the man continuing to flee.
So I start running after him, and I'm trying to calm this homeless man down in the middle of Times Square. And he don't want nothing to do with me, but I'm not giving up.
Number 3, just do it.
Do it! Just do it!
A clever Nike ad? Nope, just Shia yelling at you to do whatever it is that you're putting off and make your dreams come true. This viral Just Do It motivational speech is actually an excerpt from a collaborative video art project titled Introductions for a London Arts College.
What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it!
The original video contains over 30 short pieces, with LaBeouf performing in front of a green screen with props.
Sometimes I forget what your bike looks like.
Just Do It is a hit not only for its inspirational message and Shia's exaggerated body movements, but also for it being cleverly incorporated in YouTube videos and iconic movie scenes after its online release, providing the internet with an entertaining new meme and hours of fun.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it!
Number 2, serial plagiarist. At the 2012 Cannes Film Festival, Shia LaBeouf
He's not just a plagiarist, he's a serial plagiarist.
The short film HowardCantor.com, which he directed to critical acclaim. But a year later, when it was released online, people noticed a striking similarity to another artist's work. As it turns out, the premise of the short film was derived from Daniel Close's Justin M. Damiano. The majority of the script and visuals matched the 2007 comic, and while Shia...
like nobody's ever done this in Hollywood before, stolen any scripts or had any copied after anything. Oh my goodness.
Admitted to being inspired by Close, he failed to explain why he didn't give credit where credit is due. The actor apologized through his Twitter account, but some critics noted that the apology itself seemed to have been plagiarized from a Yahoo Answers post.
Copying isn't particularly creative work. Being inspired by someone else's idea to produce something new and different is creative work.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You'll have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, I am not famous anymore. In February 2014, Shia attended the Berlin premiere of Nymphomaniac, wearing a tuxedo and covering his head with a paper bag that had the words "I'm not famous anymore" written in bold. Just a month prior to all of this, and in light of the series of rocky events that saw him later...
I think it's kind of genius, actually, to be honest with you. I don't know why. Maybe I'm weird. I just kind of really dig it.
As troubled and crazy, LaBeouf had announced his retirement from public life. The display on the red carpet happened an hour after he had stormed out of the press conference for the movie. To the public and critics, it seemed clear that Shia was making yet another statement, and surprise, surprise, the paper bag incident would appear in his I Am Sorry performance art installation 2 days later. Well played, Shia. Well played.
I thought for sure people were going to come in and be super mean, because it's what I had been reading.
And here we have Ellen. Handler Ellen.
It all was very human. Once they got in there, everything changed. You know, they stopped looking at me as like an object. They started looking at me as like a human.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip
Okay,
from Watch
so
Mojo, and
I'm gonna stop that here for a moment. Let me stop that. Stop that. We don't want you to go. Okay. Let me go off to here for a second. All right, so I like him. Plagiarism for breakfast. That's Electro Pig. Biggie, Shia was the one who famously went on the Jay Leno show talking about the FBI playing back phone calls from him in past. Okay, that's right. I wonder if we can find that really quick. Let me see if I could FBI. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Hold on. Jay Leno, Shia, FBI. Let me see if I can find it. Shia LaBeouf scooped the NSA. Here it is. I think this is it. Okay, let me stop this. Okay, yeah, this is it. Okay. It's 17 seconds too, so that's not, it could be really, it's going to be a real quick little thing for us to look at. Let me see. Share screen. Put my chin down here. All right, share screen. Chrome tab. Here we go. Okay. All right.
You seem to have gone crazy since the last time I saw you. Is that true?
No, that's not it. Damn it. Here we go.
We had an FBI consultant on the picture. He told me that 1 in 5 phone calls that you make are recorded and logged. And I laughed at him, and then he played back a phone conversation I'd had 2 years prior to joining the picture. The FBI consultant. And it was like one of those, it was one of those phone calls that was like, you know, what are you wearing type of things.
Okay, so seriously, you should why would the FBI have his like information from 2 years ago to show him again? Like, how long have they been following this boy? For what reason? Enemy of the state. Was it for the enemy of the state? Okay, and he said classic. Okay, Biggie there. Okay, so one last thing. I want to try to go back and find I want to try to go back and find the maybe I can't. Yeah, I guess I can. I want to go back to the interview with Gayle King and finish it off with that, because there's something that I'm gonna open in. No, I want this to be in YouTube. At the end, she says something like she has this, after she interviews this lady, I'm going to cue it because we saw this already. But at the very end, she goes into panel and talks about him even more after she interviews them. And watch what she says. Well, let's go back to, this is the thing that, this is the kicker in the pants here. Okay, wait, where's my, so, all right, hold on. How come my share thing changed? Can I not share anymore? Okay, we're back to here again. All right, no, that's not it. Add to stream. Where's my share thing? That's not it. That's not it. Where'd my share button go? Okay, let's go here. Gayle King interview. Let's do it this way. I touched something probably. Okay, Gayle King interview. Shoot, where's my let me go to my history. Give me my history, baby. Give me my history. I want to show you guys this. Okay, let's go to here. Well, we've looked at a lot of things tonight. Oh, where did I go? It's the first one, not that. Okay, Jen. What the hell happened here? Ugh. Hold on. F9, I'm just going to Gayle King interview. No, I don't want to be in the browser up here. I need to be here. Gayle King interview. Gayle King. King. Shia LaBeouf interview. No, no. What's that? The girlfriend. Damn it! Come on. Wait, where is my history? My history. No, it didn't show up. Hold on, one more time. Let me go back to here. Go to YouTube. Okay. Okay. No, stop. Okay, let's move this to here. It's not going to show it. No, it didn't do it. Darn it. Where's my share button? What happened? Add to stream? No. I don't know what's going on. I guess I can't share it. Anyways, trust me. She reiterates at the end of the video. She says, you know, he's done something so disgusting that we can't even share it here. And I'll make sure that I link it in the description. For some reason, it's, I don't know what the hell happened to my share button. I touched something. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. Here we go. Ah, I found it. I enlarged my screen too loud. So good. All right. Wait. Share screen. Okay. Chrome tab. Okay. And then when we get to it, I'm going to skip up to it for a second. Okay. So let's go to where she is. Here we go. It really kind of disgusts me, to be honest with you guys. It's so telegraphed. Here we go.
Right. Yeah. Shia LaBeouf's lawyer said the actor denies generally and specifically each and every allegation in this lawsuit. She says she feels brave. I think we should add impressive too. No, this was not an
Let's
angry,
add impressive.
bitter young woman.
I think we should add impressive too. She's gonna. Oh, we've got to be impressed. Okay.
It's a little bitty thing. I've never met her before, but she didn't come with anger and bitterness, and she was very emphatic that if he had just gotten help, and she reached out to him several times, if you'll just get help, you'll just donate money to these charities. She said the hotline was a big.
If you'll just donate these money to these charities, get some help and give your money to the charity that I want you to give it to. Period. Otherwise, I'm going to bring out a lawsuit.
Source and help to her that she didn't want to do an interview. She didn't want to file a lawsuit.
Of course she wanted to do an interview. Of course she did.
More than anything for women to know, to recognize some of the signs. What she went through was horrible. It's stomach churning, some of the things she said, and we couldn't put everything in. But she says she wants women to.
And we couldn't put everything in. Excuse me for coughing.
Recognize themselves in her story and maybe that they would get help. And I love how she sort of corrected me. I actually appreciated that. I appreciated that, Anthony and Tony, when she says, no, you shouldn't even ask that question. So what is the question to ask when you're concerned?
No, I thought that was very powerful. The question you should ask, why did you do this? And and the way she said, I'm essentially giving his dysfunction back to him was fascinating.
I love how they have to have talking heads talk about it now. We're all going to agree with each other and pound this in.
Incredible interview, Gail.
Thank you. She will help a lot of people today. We thank you, FKA Twigs. We thank you.
Help a lot of people what? Learn how to commit extortion? Like, you know, say if you don't, I don't believe it. I do not. That's my problem with it. If she would have went on and whatever, but because he didn't donate to the right charity, I had to do a lawsuit. Well, did he get help? Like to me, it's good enough if he got help. I don't know. All right, so Raven. Hi, Raven. I was caring for my ferals and I just broke up an opossum fight. I never saw opossums fight. It was brutal, but I got them apart. Oh, that's good. Wow, I've never seen a possum fight either. That has been interesting. Did it happen all this time? Wow, that's better late than never. Well, yay! Glad you made it. And you know what? You can catch like it's gonna post here in just a second. Good to see you here. Hi. All right. I'm going to actually, I hate to, I wish I could stay longer, but I am going to, close out now, Raven, but you can go back and everything. I'm glad you made it here at the end. And thank you guys and for being here. I love sharing your comments. Electro Pig's here. Jeanette F's here. Biggie, Big J21's here. This Lady Liberty, Sage, Rudy Roo, Beth, all of you, thanks for participating. I thought this was interesting, and I think that he has been, I think he's been handled, MK'd, hasn't had a fair shot. They're shaming him. There's something going on here. So I hope he'll be okay. I know he's not perfect. I'm sure he's done things wrong. But it comparing him to Dustin Diamond, arrest, this and that, blah, 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 child actors, it kind of all makes you wonder what's going on in Hollywood. All right. So good night, everybody. Take care. And I'll see you on the next live stream. Thanks for being here.